Hi everyone, and welcome to Tournament 2 of the PBA Bowling. We're at the Kia PBA Tournament of Champions and we're just about to do the preliminary round. So I need my 12-sided dice for any drawn bowlers. Pile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're reducing to 24 bowlers. So it's 3 from each pile. So here we go with the first pile. And we're looking at 5, which is 3 highest average bowlers, full and half star. So Pate is a full star, Davidson is a half star, and Schaefer is a full star. So we're looking at 205, 214 and 212. So let's move them into order. Let's move that out of the way. Tommy Jones at 214.39 will take over and Davidson will drop out. 210 won't get in. 211 Rhino Page won't get in. Zach Tackett at 203 won't get in. Matt Russo at 216 will get in and he will probably make it, and Nicholas Pate will fall out. Kenneth Ryan will not make it and neither will Jake Peters. So the first 3 through: Matt Russo, Ryan Schaefer and Tommy Jones. To the second pile, and we're looking at a 5, 3 highest bowlers, full or half star. So Jesper Svensson, Patrick Girard and Oscar Palermo. Let's put them in order: 216, 219, 211. So Sean Rash, he will get in. Palermo drops out. Wes Malott 214 won't. Chris Prather 219 certainly will, and Sean Rash will drop out. Norm Duke at 219.63 will certainly go in at this moment in time. Svensson drops out. Sterner won't get in. Doherty 216 won't get in. So Gerard, Duke and Prather go through. Third group. Let's put some light on this. Make it a bit easier. And another 5. So that's 3 stars or part stars. So Lavoie 16, Archer 10, Bone 12. So let's move them over. See who's going to knock who out. 206 no. 215 Al Johnson. So he will drop DJ Archer out. Parker Bone is on the bubble. Stuart Williams 213. He will knock Parker Bone, but he will be the next one in danger. Derek Tang 216, so he will be in. Stuart Williams drops out. AJ Johnson drops to the panicky position. 212 no. 207 no. 204 no. 213 no. So Francois Lavoie, Darren Tang and AJ Johnson will go through. Five. They've all been 5s. He hasn't got a star, so he can't go through. Neither has he. Matthew McNeil, Brad Miller, he's not got a star. Pete Webber, the man, but he's on the man in danger. 209 not good enough. 210 not good enough. 28 not good enough. 27 not good enough. Oh, Jason Belmonte, he's good enough. AJ Chapman 212.92, so 212.32 will drop out. Nathan Bohr 209 won't get through, and 203. So the next three through. Jason Belmonte, Brad Miller, and AJ Chapman. So to the fifth pile. Let's see what number we get this time. Oh, it's not a 5, 8. Draw one bowler to advance, then advance two highest any bowler, so it doesn't have to have a star. So let's see the number. So it's the fourth one in the list. 1, 2, 3, and so EJ Tackett goes through, and joining him at the moment is Ostrander and Carlson and Hansen. 211. So Ostrander will drop out. Mitch Hoop. Nick Crummell will not get through. Sean Maldonado will. So Hoop drops out. Blanchard will. So Hansen drops out. Simonelli won't make it through. Quintero won't make it through, and Zach Wilkins won't make it through. So joining EJ Tackett will be Josh Blanchard and Sean Maldonado. So pile 6. It's a 5. Well, there you go, 3 stars or half stars. Marshall Kent, Michael Martell, and Anthony Simonson are the first 3 out. So we're looking for stars, half stars. Walter Ray Williams Jr. 215, so he will take Martell out of the running. Tom Hess won't make it. We're looking at 215. Anderson won't make it. Chris Villa won't make it. Richard Teese won't make it. Michael Tang will not make it. Lavery Spa, no. Wesley Lowe, no. Anthony Pepe, no. So Simonson, Kent and Williams Jr. will all go through. So pile 7, let's see who's going to come in out of those. A 10. Draw 2 bowlers, then highest average bowler, full or half star. So let's see who gets the first free pass. That will be Dino Castillo, or Castillo I suppose. And then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 6th one is Bill McNeil. So we're looking for the highest one left. 217.4 Kyle Troop, 217.64 Don Barrett. Young is not going to make it. Russell is not going to make it. Foy is not going to make it. Smallwood isn't. Dick Allen isn't. Chris Barnes isn't. Lavery Spa isn't. So Don Barrett goes through, and we come to the final round. And we have a 6. Draw 1 bowler, then advance 2 highest average full stars only. So let's see who goes through on right. 1, it's the 5th one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Jacob Buttriff, and so we want full stars only. So no, no, no. Kyle Sherman, no, 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 no. So Kyle Sherman goes through, and what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to mix them up a little bit, and I'm just going to take one draw. because I can't do it the other way, so we're looking at 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the 24th place is Martin Larson. So that ends the preliminary round. I'm just going to put the feed and set it up so that you can see who gets the 1 point and 2 point sets for the players that didn't make it through to the semi-finals. So I'll be back shortly. So if you remember from the first one, the top 2 piles, the best number will get 2 money points, the second best will get 1 money point, and black dice, white dice, silver dice, and then red and blue dice, so I don't have to roll numerous times. So here we go. So let's have a look what we've got. We've got a 5 and a 1 there, and a 6 there, and a 6 there, and 2 6s there on the black. And so we can quite easily say that those are the 2 piles. So these guys get nothing, and everybody in each of these piles will get 2 or 1 point. So we'll roll them again, and it's the highest number will be the winner. So we've got 6 for the black here, and 7 for, so they will get 2 points, and they will get 1. And if you want to know who they are, Richard Teese 1 point, Chris Vere, Andrew Anderson, Tom Hess, Michael Martel, Zachary Wilkins, Arturo Quintero, Ryan Simonelli, Karsten Hansen, Paki Hanrahan, Stuart Williams, Parker Bond III, DJ Archer, Cameron Doyle, and Mitch Hoop will all get 1 point. Put them there. And the 2 points will be Chris Barnes, Graham Thatch, Tim Foy Jr., Ronnie Russell, Greg Young, Kyle Troop, Anthony Pepe, Michael Hollyman. I think he got into the actual tournament round last time. He did, he came 3rd. BJ Moore was the winner, of course. Wesley Lowe, Anthony Lavery Spa, Michael Tang, Matt Saunders, and Guy Faulkner Jr. So they're all the 2 pointers, so they can go out of the way. And that's the end of everything in the preliminary round, and we'll be back shortly with the semi-final round robins to reduce this pile to 8. Hope you'll join me then. See you shortly. So welcome back to the semi-final round robin section here of the second tournament, the Kia PBA Tournament of Champions. Each player that does not make it through to the final 8 will end up with 5 money points. And the way this works is single die roll. 1 or 2 is the 2 highest average bowlers, 3 and 4 highest average bowler, and 1 drawn. So again, we're going to need our green dice if necessary. 5 and 6, 2 drawn. Piles 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's start with pile 1 and see what we get. I'm going to roll both dice at the same time. No, I'm not. I'm going to roll that one. We don't need that because there's only 6 in the pile. So the black die will tell me the number that I'm going to use. The white die will be the first one of any that is to be drawn. So here we go. So 1 means the 2 highest average bowlers. So 216 Darren Tang, 221 Jacob Buttriff, 215 so Walter Ray Williams is out, 215 AJ Johnson is out, 214 Sean Maldonado is out, and 219 Norm Duke is in and Darren Tang is out. So those 2 go through, and the ones that are out will end up with 5 money points. Second group, black die is the one that we're looking at, and it's a 1, so it's the top 2 again. Francois Lavois 216, Don Barrett 217, Marshall Kent is 217.15, so Lavois will be out. Martin Larson is out, Ryan Schaefer is out, Josh Blanchard is out, so Don Barrett and Marshall Kent go through. Third pile, 5, 2 drawn, so 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so Anthony Simonson goes through, and the other one to go through is 1, Patrick Girard. So going out, Bill O'Neill, Kyle Sherman, AJ Chapman and Matt Rousseau. So the final one, and it's a 1, so it's the highest 2. EJ Tackett 220, Brad Miller 215. We might take him out because the next one is Jason Belmonte. 206, Dino Castillo goes out, Tony Jones goes out, and Chris Prather goes out. So that concludes the semi-final round robin section, and we'll be back for the positioning round to see who actually gets into the ladder games. Join me shortly. So welcome back everybody. We are now at the positioning round of this tournament, and the way this works is that we take the bowler and their average and we roll against the quick play chart, and that will give us the points that they scored in the positioning round, and the top 5 will go through. If there's any draws, those bowlers will roll again for the position. And the way this works, these 2 dice are going to give us the points plus or minus that we need, and it works off the same principle as the frame by frame roll. 1, 2 to 5, 6. Now you can have a normal or an aggressive, and the way I play that is the black die will tell us if it's a 6 they're going to bowl aggressive, if it's not they're going to bowl normal. So let's start off and see who the first one is, and it's going to be Jacob Buttroff. He's currently 221, and it's going to be a normal roll 5-3, so it's going to be a plus 16, so that's 237. Norm Duke, he's going to roll normal, and it's a 16-2, so that's a minus 17, so he's 219, so he's 202 for the position. And just to let you know that those who finish 6 to 8 will get 7 money points. Don Barrett, he is currently 217. Let's see how he rolls. Normal 14-6, that's not going to be good. He's going to lose 45, so he is going to be 172. I think he's going to be picking up 5 points. Marshall Kent, he is 217. Normal roll 19-3, he's going to lose 26, so that is 191. Anthony Simonson, he is a 219. A normal roll 7-2 is going to give him plus 10, so he's a 227. Takes him to second place at the moment. Patrick Girard, he is a 219. And it's a 21, which fortunately for him it's a 1, so he gets a plus 30, so that's 243. That will take him to top position. Jason Belmonte, he is 224. And he's got a 2-5, so that's 25 added on, so that's 249. That will take him to the best bowler in the positioning round at the moment. And EJ Tackett, he is a 220 bowler, and he's bowled a 19.6, which is not going to be good, minus 50, so that's a 170. He's not going to make it through, I don't think. Let's just have a look and let's work out the order here. Belmonte, Girard, Butterf, Simonson, Duke, Kent, Barrett and EJ Tackett. So we can now fill in the score sheet for the finals ladder match, and Jason Belmonte will go straight to the championship ladder match. Patrick Girard will go to the second match. Third place is Jacob Butterf. And fighting out to play him is going to be Anthony Simonson and Norm Duke. Marshall Kent, EJ Tackett and Don Barrett will all pick up 5 money points. So that's the end of the positioning round, and I hope you'll join me shortly for the finals ladder matches. Until then, enjoy. So welcome everybody to the ladder match finals for the Kia PBA Tournament of Champions, tournament number 2 in this season, and the first game is Anthony Simonson against Norm Duke, and Simonson will be the first one to bowl, and it's a 7-1. Gets a strike, good start. Norm Duke 12-4, so he gets a strike. Duke will now move on to the opposite lane. 9-5 and another strike for Duke. Simonson on his opposite lane. 9-2, that will be a strike. So Simonson moves back to his original lane. 16-3, that is going to be an 8+, so should be an easy spare. Let's see what happens. 10-6, he gets the spare. It's him 28 in there and 48 there, so that's 230 plus 48 gives him a maximum of 278 at the moment. So Norm Duke 13-6, that's not going to be good. He's going to get a 7 for that, so that gave him 27 in the first, and a 12-6 on a 7. He's going to get the spare, so that gives him 44, which gives him 274 as a maximum at the moment. No, sorry, that's 47. 277 as a maximum. So he goes on to his opposite lane. 17-2, and he only gets an 8. He's not doing so well here. That's 18. Can he get the spare? 17-3 on an 8 is going to be the spare, so that's 265 now is his maximum total. Anthony Simonson, 14-1, gets a strike, so that's 68, giving him 268 as the maximum that he can get now. Onto his opposite lane, 14-6 is going to be a 7 minus. And can he get his spare? 1, 8, 4. 8, 4 on a 7 minus. It's just going to be a 2, so it's not going to do too well there. That's 19, so that's 87, and then 9, 96, so that's 150, that's 246 is his maximum now. So Norm Duke, can he take advantage? 15-6 is a 7, so he's only got 17 there. What, 28, 70, 82. Can he get a spare? 3-4, I think that's going to be a spare for him. It is. So 170, 252 is his maximum. On the opposite lane, a 14-4 only gets a 9. So that's 101 so far. Can he get the spare? Yes, he does. So 242 is the maximum he can get. Anthony Simonson needs to make up after that. 11-6. He's only going to get a 7. He's having a torrid time. And 13-4 on a 7 is going to be a spare, so at least he picked that up. So 236 is his maximum at the moment. 9-1, that's going to be a strike. So Norm Duke, 8-2 strikes. On the opposite lane, 18-5. He's only going to be an 8. Can he get the spare? 6-2. Yes, he can get the spare. So that's 141 after 7, giving him a maximum of 222. So Anthony Simonson on his opposite lane, 14-2. It's going to be a 9. Just can't seem to get the strikes going, either of them. And an 8-2 will get him the spare, so 136. .216 maximum he can get, and this is his 9th frame on his opposite lane. 8-3 is going to be a strike, and he needed that. Norm Duke, opposite lane, 15-1, and that is a strike. 161 as he comes into his 10th and final frame. 18-4 gets him an 8. I don't think he wanted to see that ball. Can he get the spare? 2-1 he can. which gives him 181. 201 will be his maximum if he can strike here. 9-3. It's going to be a strike, so that gives him 20. 201. So he can still make it, but he needs to strike. So Anthony Simonson, 15-3, gets a 9. Picks up the spare. But his maximum now is 196, so no matter what, he's going to lose. 5-4. Gets the strike. 196. So Anthony Simonson finishes 5th. Losing to Norm Duke. 196 to 201. And Norm Duke will move on to face Jacob Buttriff. So here we are at the second round of the ladder match. Jacob Buttriff to start the proceedings. 15-1, and he gets a strike. Buttriff, who in the last tournament came second, losing in the final to BJ Moore. So hopefully he wants to go one step further this time. Norm Duke. 2-5 is going to be a strike for Duke. Goes on to his opposite lane. 15-4, and he only gets a 9. Can he pick up the spare? Easy spare, but didn't want to drop those 10 points early on. Jacob Buttriff, 13-3, he'll get a 9, and he makes the spare easily, but again his highest is now 290. Goes back onto his starting lane. 19-2, and it's going to be a 7, so that's 37 for after 2 frames. Can he get the spare? 8-4. He gets the spare. So 267 is his highest now. Norm Duke on the opposite, on his normal lane, starting lane. 17-2. He'll get an 8. Can he pick up the spare? Quite easily, and his 268 is his maximum now as he goes on to the opposite lane. 9-6 is going to be an 8 minus, so 18 gives him 56 after 3 frames. Can he pick up the spare? 18-5, that doesn't look good. And he misses, so he just gets an 8. So that's 64. 244 now is his maximum, and that could leave Buttriff in with a chance here. He needs to get some good scores. 13-6, and that wasn't one. 7 minus, so 54 after 3 frames. Can he get the spare? This is all important. 14-3 on a 7 minus, and he only gets 2, so he only gets a 9. So he's on 63, so he's 243 as his maximum. So Buttriff, 2-6, gets a 9. Can he get the spare? He can. 233 is now his maximum. Norm Duke. 4-6. It's going to be an 8. These two bowlers are having a tough time on this lane. These two lanes. Can he get the spare? 18-3 on an 8 plus. Gets the spare. Duke on the opposite lane. 10-3 is going to be a strike. So Jacob Buttriff needs to match that. 4-3, and that's a strike. Just 1 point in it at the moment. Jacob Buttriff on the opposite lane. 25, and he gets a 7. So he needs to get these 3 pins. 16-3, and that might not be good. On a 7, he does get the strike, get the spare. So 103. So 213 is going to be his maximum. 223 is going to be his maximum. Sorry. 90, 110, no, 213. It's right in the first place. So Norm Duke. 3-5. It's going to be a strike, and he needed that. Putting pressure on Buttriff. And on the opposite lane gets another strike. That gives him a 114, 103 lead after 6. Buttriff needs to start hitting strikes. 11-3 is a strike. That's only going to be worth 20 points to him. On his opposite lane, 16-5. That doesn't sound good. And it's an 8. Can he get the spare? 26. I don't think he does. He only gets a 1, so he gets a 9 open frame, so 19. So he's 151 after 9. So his maximum is 181. And Norm just needs this strike, I think. 13-2 is a strike. $144 as he goes into the 10th frame. 1-6 is going to be a 9. So it's 173 already. 11-1 will get him the spare. And his final ball, 11-3, will get him a strike. Giving him 2-1-3. The game is already over. Buttriff is going to finish off. 13-5 is going to give him 9. Gets the spare. And his final ball, 18-4, will just give him 8. Just threw the ball down the alley there. 179. So Norm Duke will continue on his way to face Patrick Gerard and Jacob Buttriff. Will pick up 10 money points. So we'll be back shortly for the what would probably be the semi-final game. So here we go. Norm Duke advancing again, beating Simonson and Buttriff, and now he's got Patrick Gerard to try and beat to get through to Jason Belmonte. So Gerard will take the first ball. 1-6, and he's only going to get a 9. Not a good start. 24 will get the spare. Norm Duke, can I get a good start? 5-4 gets a strike, that's what he wanted. Moves over onto the opposite lane. 10-2 and it's another strike. So Gerard on the opposite lane now. 7-3 is a strike, so that's 20 after the first frame for Gerard. And moves back onto his original lane. 4-4 will get him a strike. Good start. Keeping the pressure on Duke. 2 strikes in a row for Duke on his starting lane. 11-4 is going to be a strike. 3 strikes in a row. Can he make it 4 on the opposite lane? 13-2. He only gets a 9. So that's 29. Can he get the spare? He can. So that's 79. So that's 279 is his maximum so far that's left to him. Gerard on the opposite lane. 11-2 gets a strike and he needed that. Can he put the pressure on by getting another strike? 10-3 and he does. So it's 80-79, 1 point up after 3 frames. So Norm Duke needs to reply here on the opposite lane, on his normal lane. 6-5, it's a strike. On the opposite lane, 10-6 is going to be a 7. Needs to clear these 3 pins. 18-2. Gets the strike, gets the spare. One 259 is his maximum now. Can Gerard keep the pressure on? 3-4. Yes, he can. Another strike. This is looking like a magnificent performance from Gerard onto his starting lane. 1-4. Another strike. 6 in a row. 140 to 119 after 5. Looking good for Gerard. Norm Duke needs to do something to get to the final now. Roll that again. 23 is going to be a 7. That wasn't what he wanted. Can he get the spare? He can easily get the spare. 246 becomes his maximum now though, and it's not looking good as he goes on to the opposite lane. 13-4. It's going to be a 9. I think he's all but given up on this. He does get the spare though. 235 is going to be his maximum now. But Gerard on for a 290. Can he keep this up? Onto the opposite lane. Let's roll that again. Let's roll that again. 16-1 is going to be a strike. 170. 7-3 is another strike. Whoa, 200 already. The game is really over. Norm Duke going to roll out now. 5-4 gets a strike. Into the 10th frame. 1-6 gets him a 9. And he should quite easily get this spare, and he does. So his maximum is 215, so he can't win. and a 14-6 to finish with, so he gets a 7, so a 17. The 2-1-2, which is only one short of his last bowling effort against Jacob Buttriff, but it's come up against Patrick Gerard. 11-6, he can now rest 7, so that's 217. Can he get the spare? 19-6, I don't think he can. He only gets a 2, but it doesn't matter to him, so 2, 3, 6, 2, 4, 5. So Patrick Gerard beats Norm Duke 245 to 216, and Patrick Gerard will go to the final to face Jason Belmonte. So here we are for the final. Just recapping. In the first game, Norm Duke beat Anthony Simonson 201-196 to move on, and Simonson picks up 9 money points. Norm Duke then beat Jacob Buttriff 213 to 179, and Jacob Buttriff picked up 10 money points. And in the last match, Patrick Gerard beat Norm Duke 245 to 212, and Norm Duke takes 12 money points. So here's the final, Jason Belmonte against Patrick Gerard, and Belmonte will roll first. 12-4, and he gets a strike. So Patrick Gerard then, trying to emulate his last game, he'd love to do that. 8-3, he gets a strike, so both start off with a strike. Gerard moves to the opposite lane, and he gets a strike. So Belmonte on the opposite lane. 13-4, it's a strike. Moves back to his starting lane. 12-6, that's not going to be good, he's only going to get 7. So that's 27 off the first one. Can he get the spare? 6-5 on a 7. It's going to be a spare. So it's 47 after 2. 277 is his maximum he can get. So we go to Gerard. 13-6. He gets a 7 minus, so that's 27, 47. They're both the same. Can he get the spare? 4-5. He does. So they're both with a maximum of 277 left. Tied game. Gerard on his opposite lane. 8-4. Gets the strike. So we go back to Belmonte on the opposite lane. 14-1. It's going to be a strike. Moves over to his original lane. Oh, 19-6. That is going to be the Y chart. So black dice, white dice. 3-3 on the Y chart is going to be a 6 minus. So we have to use the charts here because it's off the Y chart. So we're looking for a 6 minus. Let's see what the spare attempt is. He is a AAA spare. 16-6. And he gets a 3, so he leaves an open frame. So 76, 85. Gives him a maximum of 235. So here's the chance for Patrick Gerard. 5-3. Going to be a strike. Needs another one to put the pressure firmly on Belmonte, like he did with Norm Duke. 12-6 is only going to be a 7. So can he get the spare? 21. And he gets the spare. So that's 1-1-4. So 254 is his maximum at the moment. Belmonte needs to strike through now, really. 4-3 gets a strike. 11-5 gets another strike. So Girard needs to keep the pressure on his starting line. 3-1, that is going to be a strike. Moves over to the opposite lane. 1-5 and another strike. So Belmonte, the pressure all on him, double-handed bowler. On the opposite lane. 17-1 is a strike, needed it. Can he put another one in there? 4 in a row if he gets it. And he gets it. 145 now after 7. Patrick Girard, strike here will put major pressure on Belmonte. 11-6, 7. So that's 27, 161. Five-3 gets a strike, gets the spare. 181. So 231 is his highest. So if he strikes out, then Belmonte must strike out. So Girard, 16-1 is a strike. 201 after 9. Second ball. 4-1 is a strike. 8-3 is a strike. So 231. So he needs strike, strike, and then over 5. Belmonte. 11-2 is a strike. He needs this strike. 12-1, it's a strike. He needs 7 pins he needs to win this tournament. And he gets a strike. So Jason Belmonte beats Patrick Girard in the final. $235 to $231. Nail biting finish, but the champion, the Kia PBA Tournament of Champions winner, is the Australian from New South Wales in orange, Jason Belmonte. Hope you've enjoyed that. Hope you found that quite exciting, and we'll be back next week for the third round, which will be the PBA Guaranteed Rate World Championship. Until then, hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you again.